Hi folks, ladies and gentlemen, it is June 17th, 2017 here across much of the nation, of course, it is that date. Anyways, funny. Long story short of it is I have another update on the North American Monsoon 2017. And I've had some people in the comments ask me where I get my information to make my forecasts and how do I educate myself on the North American Monsoon. Okay, well, first, this is basically going to involve how I do my forecast, okay? So I don't use much of my own technology. I have a rain gauge and different things like that, and I used to have an anemometer. I don't have that right now. It's not functioning correctly, so I have to save some money, of course, to get a new one of those. Now, I have to state that I do not work for the National Weather Service directly. I do not work in the office. I am not hired under them. However, I am a storm spotter for the National Weather Service, so you don't get paid for this. It's something that you do out of the kindness of your heart, or as a hobby, but your responsibility is as a storm spotter, you get the warnings out to the National Weather Service, and if enough warnings come through, enough spotters' weather warnings come through to the National Weather Service, after enough of those, they'll have the ground truth available there to help say, okay, well, this storm is severe. This is damaging. It's going to cause a tornado, or there's a major hailstorm coming, or a dust storm, something like that. They're going to get the warnings out, put all that collaboration together, and then they're going to issue a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning or anything like that from the National Weather Service, okay? It works like that all over the country, and they have classes that are held at certain times of year, anywhere from late March to early June across the country. It's called Storm Spotter Activation Class. They're offered free at different places. I did mine at the Gilbert Civic Center just this year. And I am not advanced. I'm just an average storm spotter right now, but I am going to sign up for the advanced classes and stuff like that, okay? If you want, go to their main webpage. It tells you exactly when they have the classes, when you can sign up for the advanced classes. You have to call or email them saying you want to sign up for these classes. So if anyone wants to become a storm spotter, it's not a hard thing to do, okay? It depends on how much you love the weather and how much of an interest it is to a certain individual. All right, so what I do basically... getting onto this is I just search in Google. I got the Google search engine up here, and then I'm going to put up the NOAA, N-O-A-A. Okay? Now, this is what they stand for, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, U.S. Department of NOAA, okay? So that's the headquarters. If you type in this one and you click it, it's going to come up with a page, okay? So this is their main page. Again, I do not own or contribute anything to the National Weather Service whatsoever. Okay, all the material that you see here, maps, radars, all this stuff is property of the National Weather Service, and I only do it to make videos to show you guys certain forecasts and different things, what's going on with our North American monsoon. Okay, so this is their main page. Basically here, it tells you get ready for an eclipse. So you got different, as Alaska's North Slope warms, greenhouse gases have nowhere to go but up, okay? So more carbon dioxide put into our atmosphere, just what we need, right? Excessive heat, a silent killer, okay? That's, go figure, that's one of the main things we're dealing with here in Arizona, California, New Mexico, and even parts of Utah this week that we're dealing with. Okay, so that's them. I'm not going to use this one. I don't like using that one. You have NOAA Weather. This is another little outlet. If you click that one, it's going to bring you to this page here. It has summer safety, learn how to prepare for summer weather, aviation, wildfires, how to prevent them. Okay, so NOAA's National Weather Service is building a ready weather nation by providing better information for better decisions to save lives and livelihoods. Okay? And that's pretty much what a storm spotter does. They're a small part of that. All right, so what I use is I keep scrolling down. NOAA's got Twitter, so if you want to Twitter them, you can do that too. And it talks about to access national data, strength of region, all different these things here. Drought monitoring, that's what they're talking about on Twitter right now. All right, so you're going to want this one, www.weather.gov, okay? And this includes fire weather outlooks, UV alerts, drought, space weather, NOAA weather radio, newscap feeds, past weather, and climate monitoring, okay? You also have NOAA and Atmospheric Administration on Wikipedia. I'll tell you a little bit what they are. I don't like using Wikipedia much. It's not a bad, search engine or anything. It's not even really a search engine, but it's not a bad website. I have found some pretty useful information even on Wikipedia, so don't down Wikipedia right away. I don't see why people can't be using it. I find it quite helpful. Anyways, this is the one you want, NOAA's National Weather Service. Okay, so here we go, bulletins. So this is what's going to look like. This is their emblem right there. And you got dangerous heat in the desert southwest and central valleys of California. Severe weather threat from the southern plains to the northeast. Okay, so this gives you all watches, warnings, and advisories. So this one, this light pink, is a severe weather watch across the area. You can see we got numerous severe thunderstorm warnings along that line. That is obviously a cold front moving across the Midwest. We got a flood warning for parts of Vermont. They've had a lot of rain and snowmelt up that way. Here we have snowmelt in the Sierra Nevadas that's causing some localized flooding. Some major flooding on some of the rivers still. And with this heat, it's really going to melt that snow. So anyway, here we go. Here's Arizona. Now, when was the last time most people see Arizona like this? I have some people commenting to me from New Mexico. Okay, here's New Mexico. Here's Colorado. Here's Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, Arizona, California, and Nevada. All those states that I just listed. Okay, let's not forget southwestern Texas. All these areas get affected by the North American monsoon on a yearly basis. But Arizona and New Mexico are the two prime states that get affected most from the monsoon. On some years, the rains will make it all the way into parts of Louisiana and southern Texas around Houston, and even into the Central Plains, which is kind of what the monsoon moisture plume is doing now. Monsoon moisture is getting funneled up into a cold front coming in from the northwest, and that's helping to create thunderstorms. All right, so let's look at the warnings. What do we got going on? Okay, so I live here, so here we go. Look at that. Excessive heat. Look at that. Look at that, guys. All-time record highs in jeopardy, Monday through Wednesday. Highs 110 to 115 this weekend, okay? 118 to 122 around midweek. Lows in the upper 70s to low 90s. Very high risk of heat. Okay, and it tells you the tips. Here's where I live, right here, right where this arrow is. All right, so right now it is 106 degrees Fahrenheit. And look at these temperatures. Oh yeah, 119, 118, that's excessive heat. Look at the lows, upper 80s. That's unbelievable. Okay, so we're going to be hitting near 120 degrees. The hottest day is going to be Tuesday, 119. And this excessive heat is right before our monsoon season. So this is what we got going on. But this is, they have forecast discussions where you can read. Okay, so they talk about, this one was issued